Okay, what's up people? Welcome back to the channel, and today I'm gonna go over Walmart bait casting reels. They are all budget friendly reels, all under $100. So if you're in the looks for a bait caster, it's definitely something you should check out. The reason why I'm doing this video is because I had a request from a subscriber, ChesapeakeChris. You guys can go check out his YouTube as well. It's pretty interesting. I enjoy it. Yeah. He's a multi-species fisherman. I only fish for bass, but he fishes for everything. And he's like the perch king, like in my opinion, because that's pretty much what I see him catch is just a bunch of perch. It's really awesome to me. And now just a reminder that my wife is in a contest to be on the cover of Inked magazine. So if you could go and vote for her, I will leave a link in the description below so you guys can just click on that and vote for her. That would be super amazing and super supportive. You can vote multiple times. It's a one free vote every day while the contest is happening. So if you guys can do that, I would be much appreciated. But with that being said, let's go to the garage and check out these reels. I'm going to go over rods real quick because baitcaster rods and spinning reel rods are slightly different. A lot of people yes, you can use a spinning rod with a baitcaster, but from my experience, the hookup ratio, like actually landing that fish, is better when you use a baitcaster rod with a baitcaster reel. Difference that I have noticed is the handles. If you look at the handle on a baitcaster, it has this little thingamajigger right here, where you usually can place your hands. That's where I always place my hands, like that, or like this. I'll hold it like this just because it feels good to me. Like I feel like I have more control over the rod. This is Jacob's setup, like Jacob's combo, by the way. And this is a Vengeance Next Generation Abu Garcia, spinning reel rod. It doesn't have that little knob there, and that's the proper way for it to be, is like this. So that's the difference, when you're looking at them, that I've noticed. But the biggest difference that, is just a given, when you're looking at the rod, is the eyes, the line eyes. On a bait caster, this bottom one is really small. They're all pretty much the same size. Like they're smaller is what I'm trying to say, is that they're smaller. Like this very first one that you run into will be small, and then they just get smaller and smaller. But on a spinning rod, you've got that giant guy right there, and that's because on a spinning reel, the spool, is facing up like this, with the rod. So it goes around, it flings around better. That's why, the rods are built like this. So that is the difference that I've realized from choosing my rod. Now that that's done, let's get on to the actual bait casters. And I'm going to go ahead and start with Jacob's. Jacob's bait caster is an Abu Garcia Max Z. There's nothing bad I can say about any Abu Garcia bait caster. Like, I love them all. I had a Black Max, but I gave it to one of the young men that were coming out that wanted to learn how to fish and use a bait caster. So I gave it to him because the one he had, I was not happy with. I was kind of upset that he spent money on it, because he was really adamant about learning how to use a bait caster, and he went a really cheap route about it. But this, this right here is the Abu Garcia Max Z. It looks really awesome. Like they're just nice. Abu Garcia is doing a great job at making their bait casters affordable, for, people who like to go shop at Walmart or who can only go shop at Walmart. Like, for where I live, the closest Bass Pro Shop is an hour away. And then Academy is about 45 minutes away from me. Even though it should only take me 30 minutes to get there, but Atlanta traffic, everything could be 15 minutes away, it still take you an hour to get there. So that's just how it is. Like, that's what I got to say about the Abu Garcia reels. There's a few, you can buy them in a combo as well, and that's really awesome, and it'll still be under $100. I believe the Black Max combo, which the Black Max is a 6.2 gear ratio, if I can remember right. It's red and black, looks amazing. Like, I love the way it looks. And with the combo, like rod and the reel, is about $80 with the warranty. And definitely get that warranty, because your rods sometimes break. So, but that's all I got to say about the Abu Garcias. Now, the next reel I'm going to talk about is the Lew's Speed Spool Xfinity right here. This BaitCaster right here is a Walmart exclusive reel and combo. This isn't the rod that comes with it. The rod actually matches the reel. It's white and orange, but me being new to fishing when I got it, I broke my rod. So that was that. And it comes in a medium heavy, rod. It's about, I think it's like a 6.6 or a 6.10. I don't actually remember, but this guy, this is my son's setup right here, because he had to learn to use a BaitCaster, and I love this reel. Like, I've caught plenty of fish and plenty of good sized fish on this reel. It's great. It's the combo together, like, rod and reel, was about $76 with, $76 with the warranty. The only thing that I did not like about this guy was whenever I put 65-pound braid on it, it was like was it the drag? Yeah, when I put 65-pound braid on it, it was like the drag was non-existent whenever I hooked into a fish. Like, so that was a bit disappointing, but I learned my lesson. I just did not, I don't use braid on this. I don't let my son use braid on it because I don't want him to get upset and complain that something's wrong with the reel. So maybe if you go to a lighter braid, maybe like 30-pound braid, maybe then it'll perform better with braid. But I usually only put fluorocarbon on this reel. Let me try not to mess these up. Don't want to mess up the tips. This is also a Lew's bait casting reel. This is the Lew's Speed Spool Classic Pro right here. This is definitely a all-around bait casting reel. Like, you can throw so many different things on it. It's the seven, anything from a 7.5 to a 7.2, or just a 7 gear ratio, I believe is a all around. You can throw so many different baits on it and you will have success with it. I bought this reel just by itself and it was about $60. So that wasn't bad at all. I was, I'm happy that you guys will see me. I throw my crankbaits on this. Anything with pretty much treble hooks I throw on this guy. So that's just my preference. That's just my preference with it. If I didn't have my Shimano, this would probably be my chatterbait reel. Like, I would probably use this way more than just for treble hook baits and stuff. But there's nothing I really dislike about this guy. It's awesome. You know, I can one hand cast this guy. Like it's really nice. Definitely one you should, you know, think about getting. You know, if you're on a budget. Okay, so the next reel that I'm gonna go over, you know, is the Ozark Trailer X, the OTX right here. This is the combo. This is how you bought. This is what it would look like if you bought it, and this is it's a good reel. I say that it screams at you whenever you cast it, but that's just my opinion. For most people, they'll say that it sounds like a normal reel, but to me, it's loud. I got the Ozark Trailer crankbait on it just for laughs, you know, and you know it's awesome. It's awesome in its own way. Like the really cool part that I really like about it is you can use 8-pound line on this BaitCaster. It's pretty much, you know, in my opinion, like a BFS setup. It is $77 for the whole combo, minus the bait, you know, and that's with the warranty for it. And I don't really use it. It's decent, you know, I guess for a first BaitCaster. This combo, I believe, is really nice. Definitely get your settings right on it. You know, like I usually keep it on a 10, which is kind of ridiculous to me that I have to have it on a 10 so that the sound doesn't mess with me. You know, to some people, the sound isn't going to bother them, you know, or the sound is going to be a normal sound of a reel. But if you see whenever I throw my Speed Spool Pro, Classic Pro, there's no sound whenever I cast it out, or there is, but it's not a distinctive sound. Like it just sounds like line going through. But when I cast this, it's like the spool isn't lubricated enough. So that might just be the issue, or it might just be the one that I got. I'm not really sure, but that is my opinion on it. This, you know, as I said, this was the first BaitCaster that I got and I started using. And the last reel that I have, which I used a lot, don't even like it doesn't even have its name on here anymore because I've used it so many times, you know. So like it is decent. It is a decent. Like if you just need one, like this was $40 at Walmart. This is a Shakespeare, by the way, a Shakespeare bait casting reel. Now this is I believe a 6.2 gear ratio. The by the way, the Ozark one is a 7.2. You know, so it's really good for all around things. But this Shakespeare is probably the most disappointing one to me, just because if you hook a decent sized fish and you spin the reel, everything here will stop moving and you'll just be spinning this little handle and nothing will be happening to it. Like it's just like everything's dead and you'll just be reeling it and you'll be like, oh my gosh, what's happening? And more than likely you'll lose the fish. Like I do not whatsoever recommend any type of Shakespeare bait casting reel. Like that's just my opinion. Like this was a gift to me and I felt really bad when I was like, dude, I'm retiring this to my friend. You know, when he gave it to me on my birthday. Well, he gave it to me on my birthday, and then a few months later I was like, I can't use this reel. You know, and it's literally just because I lose fish on it. Like, and that defeats the purpose of a reel, to lose the fish. So that's all the Walmart reel or bait casting reels that I have. You know, well, one being Jacob's, 4 of them being mine. Take that as you will. I'm pretty sure everybody's different. I've seen YouTube videos where people grab the, you know, Ozark trailer and they go out there and they kill it with it. I'm like, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you found something interesting or learned something about these reels that will encourage you to learn a bait caster if you're not using one. If you could, watch another video, and I will see you guys next time.